Archer, Buddy Ryan, the last time they fooled with the quarterbacks during a playoff earlier this year, you know, there was the switch. How do you feel about going into this game?
Well, I mean, Richie knows that I'm playing probably now the best that I've played since, you know, the injury. I'm not worried about anything. I think things are going great for our whole team, that we don't need distractions like that anymore.
Are you changing some of the pass protection schemes? I mean, weren't you sacked a zillion times?
We've changed a couple of protections. Like, we'll keep a lot of guys in, you know, just to keep the two outside guys from coming. If they blitz their inside linebackers, we've got something for that, too.
You want to share it with us, just me?
Definitely not.
Maybe he'll tell me next time. Well, it's doubly hard to protect a quarterback here in this Rumble Dome where you cannot even hear the snap count. Tackle Anton Davis told me that they've been practicing a silent count all week. He said the problem with this is that the linemen all have to look at center Dave Alexander, and when he lifts his head up, they start to count. Anton Davis said the problem with this is that when they're looking over, he has to take his eyes off Ricky Jackson. Not a good idea. Well, right now, all eyes are on Pat O'Brien. Pat?
All right, Leslie, thank you. Hi again, everybody. You know, they call New Orleans the Big Easy, but there's been nothing easy about the Saints in the playoffs. Indeed, they are the only football franchise to have never won a playoff game. And how often do they think about that? About every day down here. And two of their last three playoff losses have been right here at home. And it makes you wonder if the Saints can't control the ghosts.
Well, I don't know where the Superdome was built, you know, if it was built on a cemetery or if it was built any weird grounds there, but certainly we've had bad luck over the years.
Bad luck is an understatement. You look at the New Orleans Saints in their three playoff trips, and what it amounts to is disaster. 44-10, 16-6, 27-20, all losses. Horror movies they'd like to file away.
It really gives us a sense of urgency to go out and win a playoff game. And the main reason why is because we feel like we have the guys to do it. And we feel like we got to get it done this year.
Right now, instead of dwelling on what has or hasn't happened in the past, what we feel like now is that we really have the best football team that we've ever had going into a playoff game. So we feel like this is our best opportunity to win a game.
Back when they were crawling into the hearts of fans, everything looked bright and shiny. But after years of frustration, the fans hid their faces, but not their feelings. Now, though, the bags are off.
I don't hear anyone that has anything to say negative, oh, you guys can't win, or you guys, you know, going to lose your fourth game in the playoffs. Everyone really wants us to win in this city.
Everyone believes that this year they're going to win the Super Bowl. We've had 4 opportunities. I would be lying if I didn't say, well, we think we can win it all. I really believe that.
Late word up to the second word now on Derek Kennard. They didn't like what they saw while he was stretching. He will not start this football game. He may play, but he will not start. That's it from down here. Let's go back to New York and Greg and Terry. Greg?
All right, Pat, thank you. When we come back, a special playoff wrinkle of our own. We'll shift from our customary Singletary formation and bring in a real Singletary, former Bears middle linebacker Mike, for his expert opinion on the defenses of the Eagles and the Saints. Stay tuned.
In retail, there are 2 absolute laws. The customer is always right.
Say they were anchovies, they're anchovies, all right?
And the competition is always right behind you. Reason enough to have a GTE phone system beside you. Because we can show you ways to use it to be more productive.
Yeah, hello, sales.
Yeah, sure.
Even get new and repeat business. Call us, because your competition is also watching this commercial.
To me, there's nothing better than winning a Super Bowl or a NASCAR race. But to finish strong, you have to start fresh. That's why my car starts with an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries are fresh, thanks to the largest dealer network and a lightning-fast restocking system. So insist on an Interstate battery. For factory fresh power, look for this symbol or call 1-800-CRANK-IT. And start fresh with Interstate.
In 1895, Wilhelm Röntgen discovered X-rays. The following year, Siemens worked closely with him to develop its first X-ray tubes. That was then. This is now. Today, Siemens manufactures imaging technology that helps doctors save lives. And with 35,000 people nationwide, the men and women of Siemens will continue to manufacture ideas that even Professor Röntgen never dreamed of. Siemens, precision thinking.
A Department of Energy study reveals that most American homes are under-insulated. So if you plan to build a house, remodel, or add additional insulation, you can find out the best product for your project simply by calling you-know-who. Call 1-800-GET-PINK.
Let's have a goal line stand. Let's have a goal line
the sights and sounds of the thinking man's middle linebacker. Mike Singletary played his last game a week ago in Dallas, and on his way to Canton, Ohio, we are delighted he stopped by to join us today in the studio, and he's been yelling at us like that all morning, hasn't he? Welcome, Mike.
Oh, it's good to be here.
Thank you. First of all, why don't you bring us up to date on what your plans are for the future, since you're not going to be reporting for training camp?
Well, right now, it's sort of up in the air. My wife and I are going to have to pray about it, and we'll come up with something after that.
Okay. Now, let's talk about your specialty, defense. Two tough defensive teams in the Superdome today, the Eagles and the Saints. And let's start, if you were a member of the New Orleans defense, what do you look for first against the Eagles? What do you try to do?
I think if I were the New Orleans defense, the thing that I would really concentrate on is stopping the run. I think if they can stop the run, then they put Randall Cunningham in a situation where he has to pass the ball. He has to say, I've got to win this game, and that's exactly where you want him.
You agree with that?
Well, yeah, because based off their first game, the Saints and the Eagles, the Eagles were able to run well, but they did it from some weird formations, and the Saints will adjust to that. But I really think today, if I'm a Saint, you know, the first thing I want to do is I want to get after Randall Cunningham, and I want to knock him down. I want to say hello. I want to make him fumble 3 more times like he did the last time. I want to get his attention and totally get him out of his game plan, and I want him to start thinking about me, and eventually I hope he starts thinking, I got to win this game. Because if he does that, then he gets away from what they've done the last 5 games, which is play ball control offense, great defense. I think that's when the Saints can win.
You say you want to confuse Randall. How do you go about doing that?
I think I would throw a different zone at him, make him think that he sees something that's not really there. And I think if you put him in that situation, as I said before, where he feels that he has to win the game, then I think he doesn't have as much time to get the ball off, and he's just gonna start throwing the ball. And hopefully New Orleans can apply that kind of pressure outside and inside so he can't run.
Yeah, one of the things they'll play zone is keep him from running, you know, because if they go man, Greg, then he gets outside and there's no support.
Do you wonder which Herschel Walker is going to show up today?
I think Herschel, you know, do as well as he can, but the thing that happened once again the last time, they got Herschel wide by getting in 4 wide set, motioning crackback, and pitching him the ball from this weird-looking formation. But he had success also from a single back, but that's all changed. They now have 2 running backs in the backfield, and I think that really does help the Eagles' offense. Who's going to carry it, Heath or Herschel? It's good for Herschel.
All right, you talked about it a little bit earlier about Bobby Hebert and what he has to do against the Eagle defense. What else does he have to do today?
Well, I'll tell you, Hebert's got a real problem, I think, because the ends, Simmons and White, are always going to be up the field. The other problem you got Pitts and Harmon at tackle. Hebert likes to set short and throw quick crossing routes, and if those tackles can disrupt the guards of the Saints, which the right guard Kennard is out now, I think that makes for a long day for Hebert.
All right, Mike, as a member of the Eagle defense now, what do you try to stop when the New Orleans Saints come onto the field offensively?
I think the biggest thing that I would do is just apply the pressure. And the 2 tackles inside are going to have to keep their hands up all day long because, as Terry said earlier, what Hebert wants to do is throw the short passes. And if you get in those passing lanes, it's going to create a lot of problems.
All right, well, let's talk for a minute about a man that you know very well, and that is Mike Ditka. He and his staff will meet tomorrow morning with owner Mike McCaskey. We hear that Ditka and his coaches want to press McCaskey to make an immediate decision on their futures before they begin their player evaluations. Now, in your opinion, should McCaskey and the Bears retain Ditka as head coach of the Chicago Bears?
Well, I had an opportunity to talk with Coach Ditka earlier this week, and I think right now it's 50-50. He doesn't know what the situation is. But I would like to hope that they would bring Coach Ditka back because I think he has the fire and I think he has the vision that needs to take the Bears where they want to go. And all he needs right now is just a little support. They have some guys there, Bill Tobin, Ted Phillips. Those guys are savvy and capable of surrounding him and creating that staff that he can go out and pick the players and then be committed to paying those players. And I think some good things can happen.
Let me ask you, Mike, you talked about Vince Tobin. Is it not right? Am I right when I say that Ditka wants to become more aggressively, defensively, more aggressive, attacking?
Yes.
But our defensive coordinator's philosophy really is his personality. I don't think Tobin's like that.
Well, I think right now the philosophy of Vince Tobin has been basically attack when you have the opportunity. But I really feel that Vince wants to attack more. And I think it's just a situation in which he's going to have to surround himself with some of those players, getting out there and getting aggressive in the market and getting a couple of those players that can do that.
All right, Mike, we'll take a time out here, and when we come back, we will go down to the Superdome and pick up the starting lineups as the Wild Card edition of the NFL Today continues here on CBS.
Why get an inferior shave when you could have the best? Why choose ordinary lubrication when you could have the richest? Why settle for average protection against razor irritation when you could have the most advanced, giving you the closest shave with less irritation? Edge Gel. Ultimate closeness. Ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
If you're paying annual fees on your IRA, if you buy mutual funds and pay loads or fees, we have an investment breakthrough for you. Now only Schwab gives you the lifetime guaranteed no annual fee IRA and no load mutual funds from leading fund companies. Only Schwab gives you the single best way to buy mutual funds for your retirement. So if you're still paying transaction fees or loads,
maybe it's time to come to Schwab.
Air traffic control in the United States is the most reliable in the world. And now the FAA is raising that reliability to yet another level. Who did the FAA choose for this critical job? The choice was MCI.
Compare the new 32-valve, 280 horsepower Lincoln Mark 8 to everything else. Then you'll understand why, instead of introducing it, we decided to launch it. The new Lincoln Mark 8, what a luxury car should be.
Well, let's update you on the AFC playoff game. The Buffalo Bills in overtime have beaten the Houston Oilers. Nate Odom's intercepting Warren Moon, and then Steve Christie, a 31-yard field goal just seconds ago. The Bills move on to play the Pittsburgh Steelers next week. Now, down in the Superdome, introductions are underway. The New Orleans Saints being introduced. Two of the best defenses in the NFL about to do battle. Terry, Mike, and I will see you at halftime. Coming up, the Eagles and the Saints.
Inspired by actual events, in 1985, a rookie cop went undercover to catch a serial killer.
I can do this. I can.
The closer she got, the more attracted she was. The deeper she dug, the more deadly she became.
Show me how you killed them.
Steven Weber, Helen Hunt, in the Company of Darkness, Tuesday. Fly to the future, to dangerous alien worlds. Wednesday on CBS, Fly with the Space Rangers.
This is CBS.
The offense is ready. The defense is always ready. And the Whodats are definitely ready. Are you ready?
Follow the Saints to the playoffs on 4th Down on 4. Tonight at 10:35 on WWL-TV Channel 4.
Vision Plaza wants to know, do your glasses slide? Do they pinch? If your glasses are driving you crazy, come to Vision Plaza and try new Flex-On frames by Marchon. So light as a feather, so flexible, they always spring back to their original fit. And now, when you buy a pair of Marchon frames and Siler Super Shield lenses, we'll pay for your eye exam. It's an offer that fits just right, and it's only at Vision Plaza. Now with 1-hour service at our Houma, Biloxi, Oakwood, Esplanade, and Lakeside stores.
Pick three, pick three, pick three.
How do I pick three?
I use my height, 5'11".
I'm 5. I'm 6. I'm 9. I'm 9. 3, 2, 2, 2.
Well, if the number my wife tells me
216.
I just let the computer pick them.
Pick three, and that's my game.
Playing Pick 3 is easy. All you have to do is pick 3 numbers, and you can win $500.
If you play every day, you get lucky every night.
Len Cannon on Eyewitness News Night Watch.
Ready, hot? 1, 2, 3, Jerry!
You know, they say preachers can't party, but this is the party today.
Reggie White and the Eagles have come to New Orleans to party, and like their host, the Saints, they like to party hard. So fasten your seatbelts. 2 of pro football's most ferocious defenses are ready to rock your world.
And a hard place. And a hard place. Party time, baby.
Let's get ready to rumble! And the Superdome in New Orleans is rumbling and rocking at the moment as the Saints entertain the Eagles in the NFC Wildcard game. Good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall here with John Madden. You think of these 2 teams, you think about defense, and what do their respective offenses have to do to stop them?
Well, you know, the one thing, Pat, you just can't sit there and take it. And I think it's the offense that comes up is the offense that's going to win this game. Now, Randall Cunningham, we're talking to Rich and Kotite last night, and Randall Cunningham, and he says it's important that he gets into a rhythm, that he gets off to a good start, that he has guys open, and then they can get a little running game going. On the other side, I think it's going to fall on Bobby Hebert, too, because protection is the thing anytime you play against the Eagles. So Bobby Hebert is going to have to get protection, and the other thing, he's going to have to help his protection by getting rid of the ball quickly.
But, John, you know, this is the playoffs, and the immediate thing you think about is the finality of it all. It could be over after this.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I mean, that's what makes this so great, that there's 12 teams go into the playoffs. 11 of them are going to lose their last game this year. And, of course, that 12th team is going to win the Super Bowl. So these teams know you win, you go on, you lose, you go home, it's all over. And that makes for good football.
And the Eagles are going to kick off as the Saints have won the toss. They're at home. They've got their crowd. They've got the good defense. John Madden just told you about what they have to do on offense. And Roger Ruzek set to kick it off for Philadelphia. Both have been frustrated in recent years when this time of year comes around. On Dunbar, back deep in the middle. Patrick Newman to his right. Buford Jordan to his left. And Ruzek is ready. Some room for Vaughn Dunbar. Almost broke it out of the pack. Stopped by Barkley. 20-yard return. Bobby Hebert, the quarterback. And in front of him, Richard Cooper, Dombrowski, Hilgenberg, Chris Port in place of Kennard, Brock, and Hobie Brenner, the tight end. Dalton Hilliard and Craig Ironhead Hayward. The running backs, Martin and Early. The wide receivers, and both have had good years. Two tight ends. The Saints change formations a lot. They open with two tight ends. Hilliard, the lone setback. Hebert, the quarterback. Going for the bundle early. For Quinn Early. And overthrown. Let's look at that fine Eagle defense. In the front, Simmons, Golick, Harmon, and White. Thomas, Evans, and Joyner, the linebackers. The rebuilt secondary has McMillan and Allen at cornerbacks, Booty and Miano, the safety man.
Well, they were saying that the Saints have a conservative offense. Jim Mora, I think, has done a great job with this team down here over the years. So he says conservative. We'll show you conservative. The first play is a 70-yard pass.
About 5 yards too far. Hebert to Hilliard. Only got a yard as the safety man came up to make the hit, Miano.
You know, Rich Miano has really, I think, come a long way in this Eagle defense. You know, Richie Kotite was talking last night about how when they lost Andre Waters and Wes Hopkins, their two safeties, it looked like it was going to hurt their defense, but then Miano came in, maybe a little better pass defender, not as good against the run, but as he's playing, he's getting better against the run.
And the same is true of Booty, the other safety man. 4 wideouts for the Saints. Hayward is the lone setback with Hebert out of the shotgun. Hebert under pressure gets it out to Hayward. Hayward, first down and much more. Ironhead stopped by Booty. Crosses into Eagle territory.
You know, usually they have Dalton Hilliard in the backfield on that 4 wide receiver shotgun. That time they put Ironhead Hayward back here. You see, they were going to use him as a blocker. Now watch him. He's going to start to block. He's going to help in the pass protection. Then the pass protection breaks down. You see him here. He's blocking now. Now he sees that Bobby Hebert's in trouble, so he scrambles out, and you get Ironhead in the open field. Even though he's about 270 pounds, he can really move that 270 pounds.
Who knows how much he weighs? That's not a problem.
I'm being nice at 270.
I think so.
Back.
He moves it fast. This is Hilliard, left side. Not much. 3 yards. Stopped by Seth Joyner and William Thomas.
As we were talking to Seth Joyner last night, the Eagles linebacker, he was talking about, again, that shotgun formation that I think the Saints do as well as anyone. And he said he has to guard Hilliard, and he's their primary receiver. Well, that time they went to the 4 wide receivers, shotgun. Hilliard wasn't even in there. And then, of course, the guy that hurt him was Ironhead Hayward.
Hilliard now is the lone setback behind Hebert. 2nd and 7.
One more.
Eric Martin wide left. Small comes in motion. Caught by Early. First down. Hit by Booty. Early really went airborne.
Yeah, the one thing that Bobby Hebert does is get rid of the ball quickly. And probably the best thing that the Saints do is run those little hooks and those little slants and watch why Bobby Hebert has to get rid of the ball early. Because if he doesn't get rid of the ball early, that's going to happen to him late.
Boy, over the years, John, there have been some classic battles between Stan Brock and Reggie White.
Stan Brock about Reggie White. He started off, well, first of all, he's a man. And second, he said you don't block him. He just goes where he wants to, and you try and redirect him.
That's Hayward. On first down, got a yard, perhaps stopped by Andy Harmon.
You know, Stan Brock isn't one of those fancy guys. In fact, Jim Mora calls him a warrior. He's a guy who's been playing 13 years over there at right tackle for the Saints, and one of those guys who's been through the ups and the downs, and through the thing where they wore bags over their heads and the ain'ts and everything. And Stan Brock has always been there and always been one of the steady, good players.
Morris said I couldn't be happier for him because he's had a really good year. Here's Hebert. Pass to Eric Martin. Down into about the 13. Stopped by Booty. A gain of 19.
And you know where Eric Martin catches that pass is where he catches all his passes. He's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, he's not the fastest, but he is a tough receiver who will catch anything. And he catches them all right there in the middle. He starts here. Now most of his catches will be in here. So he just runs right in here and stops here. We were talking to Seth Joyner last night. He says the guy we have to stop on this team is Eric Martin catching the ball right there.
First time either of us have ever heard that.
And he said he's been doing it for years and no one's ever stopped him.
First time a wide receiver is the guy we got to stop. Maybe Jerry Rice.
Especially when it comes from a linebacker.
Hayward, flag on the play.
Ball start. Number 67 of the offense prior to the snap. 5 yards. First down.
You know, that'll happen a lot when you're blocking Reggie White. You know, there's great players do things. I mean, Reggie White will have tackles, or Reggie White will have sacks. The other thing a Reggie White will have is he'll make the guy who has to block him move early. And that time, because they always get jittery, they always wonder, where's Reggie, what's he doing? And they don't always listen and get the snap count.
What a game that was. Buffalo and Houston, 35-3. Houston at the half. Buffalo came back and won it. Hebert. End zone. Martin incomplete. A flag. A marker in the end zone.
I think they're going to throw it on the rookie Mark McMillan. You know, he's only 5'6", 5'7", but he has a 40-inch vertical jump. That time, I think in jumping he held.
Number 29 in the defense. First down.
That's him. He's an amazing guy. Mark McMillan, number 29. Now watch. You see there's Eric Martin. He puts his hand up. He wants the ball. You see McMillan can jump up there as high as Martin. That's not the problem. But he interfered before the ball got there.
There's one thing about that great vertical jump. You can only do that once. The other guy can take another step.
That's right. And you can't have your hand on anything when you vertical jump.
First and goal, Hayward. Touchdown. Took the ball over and tossed it into a group on the sideline. He's been fined a couple of times for throwing the ball in the stand.
Okay, when Ironhead gets that weight going forward on the goal line, he's going to push anything that gets in front of him or right back into the end zone. And he did it that time. They still haven't tackled Ironhead Hayward.
He might move the dome.
He'll blow the roof right off this place.
Barnard holding Morton Anderson for the extra point. Nothing safe.
Now that was a drive.
A beauty. And 7-0 New Orleans over Philadelphia.
In case you haven't discovered what makes the all-new Toyota Corolla all-new, here are some subtle hints. Well, maybe not so subtle. Introducing the all-new 1993 Toyota Corolla. Discover Corolla again.
Jane, I'd like you to meet Peter. Peter makes movies.
Feature.
We were just talking about this movie that HBO made. It was so intense. Did you make that movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I'm at home thinking they'll never show
And then they show it.
Are you talking about that HBO movie?
You're really gutsy, huh?
I didn't even know they made movies. Did you make that?
No, I didn't.
I read that movie caused a lot of controversy. But you probably stay away from stuff like that, huh? Too risky, huh?
Movies that get people talking. Movies that matter. HBO makes them, and you don't want to miss them.
It was edgy.
Poignant.
Excuse me. I heard you make movies for HBO?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Think you've seen great movies before? Just you wait.
Everybody wants a battery that goes the distance, but you never know when they're about to run out of gas. Only Duracell has the Copper Top Battery Tester, so you can be sure your batteries will keep going down the road. You can't top the Copper Top.
I'll tell you, a good goal line block by Dalton Hilliard. He's right here. Here's Seth Joyner. Joyner steps up, boom. Hilliard hits him right in the hole. Ironhead Hayward comes in right behind him. But that is good goal line blocking by Hilliard. He's the guy that stepped, met Joyner, and then not only met him and turned him back, but turned him around sideways. Ironhead Hayward.
Hilliard got up underneath his pads, and as so often happens, that's when you get those good blocks. Here's Anderson to kick off.
Dalton Hilliard's a real powerful guy.
He really is. You don't return many of these kickoffs. This one might be. Sikahema from about a yard deep in the end zone. Cut down at the 20. Randall Cunningham will open at quarterback as usual for the Philadelphia Eagles. In front of him, Heller, Baldinger, Alexander, Eric Floyd, Antone Davis, Keith Byers at tight end. Walker and Sherman is for the most part they go with two running backs. Barnett and Calvin Williams, the wide receivers.
I bet Rich Kotite told Randall Cunningham, don't worry about being behind. Don't try and make it all up on one play. You don't have to do it yourself.
But listen to this noise. Cunningham gives to Walker. Walker gets a couple. Wayne Martin was the first man to hit him after a gain of 2. The well-known Saints defense, the defensive line not as well known as the linebackers, has Warren, Wilkes, and Martin in front. All 4 of these going to the Pro Bowl: Swilling, Johnson, Mills, and Jackson. And in the secondary, a very solid group: Cook and Jones, Atkins, and Taylor. Fred Barnett split wide to the left, and Williams is right. 2nd and 8. Cunningham outside to Walker. And here they come. Boy, did they swarm. Ricky Jackson, the first man there.
You know, anytime in the playoffs you get a touchdown first, it's big. But when you score the touchdown first and you're at home in a playoff game, it's really big because you get the crowd into it right now. You put the visiting team behind where they have to fight uphill. And I'll tell you, watch and listen to the noise on this 3rd down that the Eagles are going to have to play with all day.
Well, they had 17,000 tickets available when they put the tickets for this game on sale. They sold them in 2 hours. Make a noise, they're doing it.
And that really makes it tough in the shotgun.
Cunningham back deep. Pass is deflected, incomplete. Hit by Frank Warren. And Cunningham went down. Roy Green was the intended receiver.
And you're going to see Warren from the top of the screen. He gets a penetration. Cunningham is looking left all the way. Warren is going against Baldinger. When Cunningham starts to throw, Warren just went up in the air and batted the ball.
Jeff Feagles back to punt. Newman retreats for the Saints. Newman straight up the field, spins to the 32. Stopped by Izell Jenkins, and the Saints will take over at their own 32. 59-yard punt.
Come on, let me show you where it's at. Come on.
calling for great taste and a less filling beer, one beer's made to order. Miller Lite. It's everything you want a beer to be.
Let me show you where it's at. Come on.
This royal throne of kings, this happy breed of men, this earth of majesty, this little world.
The airline that's uniting the world, United, brings you non-stop service from 6 U.S. cities to London's Heathrow and the land of poets.
This blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England.
Come fly the friendly skies.
When it comes to the safety of your loved ones, Toyota cares.
Everything's gonna be all right.
So the Previa was equipped with side door impact beams and a roof that meets car strength standards.
It's gonna be okay.
Which makes Previa the only van to meet all federal car safety standards with a driver's side airbag.
Don't worry, sweetie.
After all, Toyota knows how protective you are of your babies.
We're here, honey.
Even the big one.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football Conference Wildcard game is sponsored by Toyota and their full line of cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. HBO, think you've seen great entertainment before? HBO, just you wait. And by Miller Lite, an official sponsor of the NFL and Super Bowl 27.
Wild card game between the Eagles and the Saints. If you like to live at a fast pace, this has been a good weekend to be here. The Sugar Bowl on Friday night, and now this one.
And New Year's Eve was in there somewhere, too.
To the tight end, Hobie Brenner. From Hebert, midfield.
You know, Bobby Hebert is one of those streak passers. He's not one of the names that you hear a lot about, but I'll tell you, he's one guy that if he gets hot, he can get a string of passes that can go and go and go. And he really mixes it up. And most of his passes are going to be inside, but they're not to the same guy. We saw Hobie Brenner, the tight end, that time. We've seen a back catch one in there. We've seen Eric Martin catch one in there. But what he likes to do is hit the inside of the field.
And he gets out a lot of words per minute in the huddle or in conversation. 6 first downs to none. Hebert to Dalvin Hilliard. Got a couple.
Yeah, it was interesting. I saw Jim Mora Friday. I came over to the practice field, and he was driving out. He stopped, and he says, you know, he says, I don't know what's going to happen. He said, I just want to tell you one thing. This is Friday. A coach is more relaxed. A couple days before the game. He said, I feel better about this team, and I feel better going into this game than I have any other situation in my life.
You know, he said the same thing to me down on the field a minute ago, but he said also, this is the best team we've ever played in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was the next thing. That was a disclaimer. Yeah, we're playing the best team we've played.
Fake reverse. Behind Dunbar as Hebert was under pressure from Reggie White.
Geez, he looked like he should have just handed it to Dunbar. He really had it. Watch here. They're going to fake there to Hilliard. Dunbar's going to come from the wing position. Look, if he would have handed it to Dunbar instead of faking it to him and then trying to throw it to him, it looked like that could have been a pretty big play.
He had a blocker out there and only one Eagle.
Because they went with Hilliard. They really read Hilliard. He's the only back. Here comes Dunbar. No one reacted back to that play. The reverse is there if they want it later.
3rd and 8. Reggie White goes over the middle, and Clyde Simmons goes to left end. So Brock has to block Simmons this time. Hebert's pass is incomplete. In the direction of Hilliard, incomplete.
Well, what they want to do is you get big Reggie White in there, and you want to get him inside over a Joel Hilgenberg who only weighs 250 pounds, but then they do the stunt so the right guard can help. Andy Harmon got the penetration. They get so worried about where Reggie White is, what you're going to do, that they block Reggie, and then an Andy Harmon gets in there.
Tommy Barnhart. High punt in the direction of Sikahema, bounces through the end zone. So the Eagles will take over at their own 20. The Saints lead it 7-0.
For all of you with the courage to go it alone, to put your future on the line and your name on the door, there's the corporate card from American Express. Use it for all your business expenses. We'll organize them by category and even provide records of charges. It's a great way for any company to get a handle on costs. Call 1-800-SUCCESS. The corporate card to your success.
Our 6-inch meatball sub features meatballs and sauce on bread I just baked, all for a low economical price. I won't say how low, but you'll probably find enough in the cushions of your couch.
The 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69, only at Subway.
I shampoo for dandruff, but my scalp still itches.
Now there's Scalpicin for deep scalp itch, not ordinary dandruff. It's clear liquid, not shampoo. With itch medicine, dermatologists chose over these dandruff shampoo formulas.
The itch is gone.
Scalpicin.
Big George Foreman is getting ready to fight again. Over the years, his 6 foot 4 inches of pure punching power has racked up 66 KOs. And now, he's ready to meet his next challenger. Beer Kutzer, live and only on HBO. It takes a big man to go up against George Foreman.
Oh, big guy. No. I'm so big, sometimes I even scare myself.
Is Big George ready? Just you wait.
Paul Boudreau, the offensive line coach of the Saints, back there, he's drawing up what the Eagles do on defense and how to pick up the blitzes and the pass rushes and everything they do. And there's the guy who does the pass rushing and the guys who do the pass rushing sitting over there thinking about what they're going to do next time.
1st and 10 Eagles. Cunningham up under the center. The Saints fake blitz. That's Heath Sherman left side. Wilkes led the Saints against Sherman's rush.
Yeah, when we talked to Rich Kotite last night, he said that the last time they played, they were able to run, and he said he wants to be able to run again, obviously, today. He said he thinks they can run to their left more. And one, because Pat Swilling is more of a quick guy and a finesse guy and spinning and so on. And he said he'd rather run at him than he would the other side at Ricky Jackson.
Calvin Williams in motion. Cunningham chased and caught. Ball's loose, and there's a scramble. Looks like the Saints came up with it if it wasn't already down.
You know, in the first game, Randall Cunningham fumbled 3 times against him. That was one of the things that they talked about and they worked on. Kotite was saying in the first game, he didn't feel that Randall Cunningham really sensed danger. He said now that he's back, he feels that he senses danger more, although I don't know how well he sensed it on that play.
They're saying his knee was down. You better sense danger against the Saints.
Well, see where the ball is, that means he didn't sense danger. See, when you sense danger, you have to put it away. And right there, you see his knee is down. His knee is down here. The ball is still in there. It's just starting out. So what they're ruling that his knee was down before the fumble. But that is very, very close. That ball looked like it was coming out just as the knee was going down. I think the Eagles dodged the bullet.
3rd and 2. That's Byers out of the backfield in motion. Cunningham again is going to take off, but this time he's going to get the first down and more. Still on his feet. Chased from behind by Swilling and brought down after a 15-yard scramble.
And that's the danger you have to sense there at the end. The first thing that Randall Cunningham looks for is a lane. He said there always has to be at least one lane to run in. Now, if we stop it here, we see here's the lane. Here's the one lane that he can run. And then, of course, he gets in the open field. Then he looks for that next level to beat. Now, here's where the danger can come at the end and that strip. I'll tell you, Pat Swilling does it well. No one has ever done that better than Lawrence Taylor. I think they all learned it from Lawrence Taylor.
I think that's where it came from. You're right. Walker is the deep back. Sherman in front of him. They didn't have the play. Couldn't hear it because of the noise, so they checked with Cunningham. He's going for a bunch. Fred Barnett, touchdown. That'll quiet him down from 57 yards away.
And if you're going to go deep, Fred Barnett's the guy to go deep to. In fact, if there's any one thing about the Eagle defense that I've always felt they don't do enough of, that's get the ball deep to Fred Barnett. Here he has single coverage. This is Toy Cook, number 41. He's just going to sprint right by him. He doesn't run any kind of pattern at all. Toy Cook was looking back into the backfield, and Barnett just did that with speed. He just has too much speed for Toy Cook to play man-to-man.
Especially when he looks back like that. He just moved by him. 7-7. The speed by Barnett and a perfect strike from Cunningham. That ties it 7-7.
A 1993 Toyota 4x4. Nothing else comes close.
Mind readers communicating with other minds. The next slide, please. Powerful messages.
Come on! You think what I'm thinking? You know I am.
Come on, let me show you where it's at.
When you're thinking great taste and a less filling beer, Miller Lite's everything you want a beer to be.
No. We don't come here often.
To me, toothpaste was just a habit, and I bought whatever was on sale. When we were on vacation, I tried the Arm & Hammer Dental Care toothpaste, and I thought it was dynamite. Like the dentist just cleaned my teeth. When I come out of the dentist office, my teeth feel as perfect as they're going to be, and that's the feeling I get every time I brush.
And now, introducing new Arm & Hammer Dental Care Tartar Control Gel, the only tartar control gel with dentist-recommended baking soda and fresh mint taste for that healthy, fresh from the dentist feeling of clean. Try it.
The #1 team in the country, two-time defending national champion Duke, takes on the top 20 force of Georgia Tech next weekend on CBS Sports.
I'll tell you, here's Fred Barnett here. Here's Toy Cook here. Here's Atkins, the safety. Now, he should always stay as deep as the deepest and help. But watch, Barnett will just run right by Toy Cook. And for some reason, Gene Atkins, the safety, comes up. You see right here, when he comes over, we stop it now, we can see, here's Atkins here. He was looking at this. And then, of course, Barnett not only got behind Toy Cook, but Toy Cook had no help that he should have had from his free safety.
Ruzek approaches. Going to be Dunbar. Bounces through his arms back into the end zone. He'll down it there.
You know, the interesting thing, Pat, before that play, here's what Randall Cunningham had to do. He went up and checked the snap count with Dave Alexander, the center, came back and told both the running backs, so that the play started with everyone on the same page.
Alexander, maybe you saw, turn to his right until that side of the offensive line.
Yeah, it's Alexander's responsibility to get the offensive line off on the same start count. Alexander, of course, is the center. So the guards are right next to him.
Right.
And then his head motion tells the tackles when the ball is going to be snapped.
7-7. Haywood, the lone setback. And a handoff. Just Ironhead. Scrambles for maybe 3, 4 perhaps. Simmons and Thomas.
You know, that pass that we just saw Randall Cunningham throw, that was a perfect strike to Fred Barnett. Good pass protection, all that, but that was Randall Cunningham's first playoff pass touchdown. There's Fred Barnett. He's talking to your old Arkansas buddy there, and I'm sure Fred Barnett's telling him that he could do that all day.
That's Lou Carpenter that he's talking to.
Lou Carpenter's a receiver coach. Barnett's a guy who who feels that he can beat his guy deep on every play. He truly feels that way.
This is Eric Martin wide open. Nobody even close. Stopped by Booty. A gain of 26 to midfield.
Yeah, that was the thing that Seth Joyner was saying. Here's the area that Eric Martin catches all his passes. He can come from the right side and get in there. This time he comes from the left side. If we just stop it here, they kind of knew that this is the area where he catches. If you had a hit chart, Eric Martin's catches will all be in that area, but look how wide open it is in that Eagle defense.
Boy, if they knew it, they didn't tell anybody.
I know. I mean, they knew it. They worked against it, but then you get in a game and stuff happens.
Martin is out. That's early in motion. And Hebert will throw. Steps around Reggie White, gets it outside to Dalton Hilliard. Fumble. Eagles. Rich Piano on top of it. Philadelphia has the ball. There was no knee down in that case. Booty made the recovery.
I tell you, Hilliard was really hit on that one. Watch him here. Hebert does a nice job of getting away from Reggie White there and stepping up, finding Hilliard there with a catch, with a throw. Now, it looked like Byron Evans came in and made the tackle, and as he was going around, he threw his hand in there and stripped the ball out.
That's what happened. And Hilliard comes out of the game. He's hurt. Which just gave up the ball is what was injured. First down, Eagles at their own 39. 7-7 score. Cunningham incomplete. The ball was deflected, or either that or slipped out of his hand just as he let it go.
Well, it looked like Wayne Martin was there that hit that ball. This is a fumble play now. But watch, Hebert does a good job of stepping up there. Now you watch here, he comes in and Byron Evans hit him, and then the ball started to go even before he started to strip him.
I'm not sure what hurt his hand, but that's what they're looking at. 2nd and 10 Eagles. Spires on the move. Off is to Heath Sherman behind the line of scrimmage. Wayne Martin again, along with Pat Swilling. .105 now left to play in the first quarter. Score tied at 7. 3rd and 10 Eagles at their own 39.
Cunningham checked with his line, then checked with both backs. Then he gives that step count, which is a silent count.
Cunningham deep. Over everybody in the direction of Calvin Williams. He just let it fly.
I don't know if he thought Calvin Williams was going to keep going because Calvin Williams stopped, or if he saw that that was good coverage over there and he just decided to throw the ball away. See, if you look over here now on the other side, Byers thinks he's open. In fact, Byers is always yelling. He yells at Cunningham and yells woo-woo when he's open. Cunningham was looking the other way.
At the 11, Newman signaled fair catch. It'll be 1st and 10 after a 49-yard punt by Fiegels. 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 7-7 tie.
Look at Byers is still trying to get Cunningham's attention. He tried to get it out there in the field. Now he goes to the bench and he was hitting the show. Look at him.
Yeah.
He said, I'm waving, I'm waving, I'm waving. Why did you throw it to me? Cunningham was looking the other way, though, to be honest.
He's still looking the other way.
Yeah, and that's exactly. He was looking to his left, and Byers was open to his right. They go to the bench. Cunningham was looking to his left. Byers is at his right.
And he's still looking to his left. But Byers was open. There was nobody else even in the picture.
You know, and they're best friends too. So it's not a negative type of thing. That's why they're sitting next to each other.
At the 11, as the first quarter is about to come to an end. The Reggie White around his ankle.
It's an amazing guy. You know, I mean, he's so big. You look at him out here and you think, you know, Reggie White, we're going to go inside. We don't have to block him. But the guy is 300+ pounds and he runs a 4.640 and he has a quickness. He's like Lawrence Taylor. Wherever you run, you better block Reggie White.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. Philadelphia 7, New Orleans 7.
Air traffic control in the United States is the most reliable in the world. And now the FAA is raising that reliability to yet another level. Who did the FAA choose for this critical job? The choice was MCI.
On the river of life, things change. A protection review with your Allstate agent is the best way to make sure you have the right kind of coverage for your home or car. Or to set you on a course with life insurance to provide for you now or in the future. So see your agent for the Allstate Protection Review. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Imagine a rent-a-car company that offers special delivery right to your door. That's Enterprise.
Here, let me help you.
Enterprise, a special rent-a-car company that gives you special delivery.
Thanks to Smart Rate from the Discover card, interest charges now have a whole new bottom line. Smart Rate, currently as low as 14.9%. It pays to Discover.
They were happily married until he met Amy Fisher.
Why is she trying to kill me?
The victim's true story.
Look at me!
A world premiere, Casualties of Love, tonight.
7-7 at the Superdome in New Orleans. Pat Summerall with John Madden. These the playoff scores from yesterday. Washington over Minnesota. And San Diego shut out Kansas City. Earlier today, Buffalo came back to beat Houston. 2nd and 9 here at the Superdome. 7-7 tie. Hayward, the lone setback. Small is the motion man. Hebert to throw. Hebert out of bounds at the 15 by Seth Joyner.
He ran into a bunch of stuff over there. He's probably going to have something to say for Small because he was trying to go to Torrance Small, who Bobby Hebert says is really kind of tough for him to read because, you know, a rookie doesn't always go where he's supposed to. And I think that's what happens here. You see 83 is right there is Torrance Small. He was looking at him, and Torrance Small was just kind of standing there looking back at Hebert. I guess when you start to go out of bounds, you grab anything you can. He grabbed some kind of cord, didn't he?
Yeah, and there's no carpet over there.
No, that's just plain old rock.
Hebert from the shotgun. Gets it to Hayward again. He's got a first down at the 30. Eric Allen tripped him up a gain of 16.
Well, Ironhead fills out that jersey and that helmet pretty good. How'd you like to be a defensive back and you see this type of thing? You look and you see a dump off and you see Ironhead Hayward coming down the field full steam. And you don't have any linemen or linebackers in front to help you. This is a look right here. This stuff's coming at you. And it's moving right, it's moving left. You're not going to take it on head on if you're Eric Allen.
It looks like it ought to be giving off some steam.
Old Ironhead came in there. He gave us those pickled string beans yesterday. That had a little spice.
I'll tell you what. I'm still, there's some remnants around.
These cars seem pretty much the same. But the more you get to know Chevy Lumina Euro, the more you realize you get more car for your money. Like a bigger standard engine, standard anti-lock brakes, air conditioning, and more room. Lumina even has a higher resale value than Taurus. More car for your money when you buy it, more money for your car when you sell it. What else would you expect from the heartbeat of America?
History's most celebrated quarterback. Now he's coaching Budweiser in Bud Bowl 5. Yes, some men are born to be football legends.
Give every last drop. We're going to win. We're Budweiser.
Of course, some men aren't.
We'll win it, because we're Bud Light.
You ever wonder how they get the strings in these things?
Bud Bowl 5. It's back. Get your ticket where you buy Bud, Bud Light, and Bud Dry. Someone will win $1 million in cash.
This game summary is sponsored by Budweiser.
Randall Cunningham's first playoff touchdown pass to Fred Barnett, 57 yards. Bobby Hebert, 7 out of 10. Craig Ironhead Hayward, 48 total yards, and he scored the Saint touchdown.
You know, you come in here, we were talking about the defenses and on how you have to control the defenses. The first quarter they did that pretty well because neither quarterback has been sacked yet.
A touchdown apiece. First down Saints. Eagles show the blitz. Hebert. Touchdown and more to Early. He saw it coming. Stopped by Booty.
And that's what Bobby Hebert can do. He can see it coming, and then he can find a guy that's open, and then he can do the third and most important thing is get rid of the ball quickly. Look, a little play pass. He always keeps that ball right up there, and boom, it comes out of there right now. I think that, you know, that's the thing that great quarterbacks have to have, or all quarterbacks have to have. There has to be a mechanism from the time you see something open until the ball releases your hand. That has to be a short span.
1st and 10 in Eagle territory. They're 49. Hebert points to his right, gives to Hayward to his left. And Ironhead gets to about the 45. Gain 4. Byron Evans stopped him.
I'll tell you one thing about Ironhead. He's top heavy. I mean, if you look at Ironhead, all his weight is up on top because he really doesn't have big calves and he doesn't have big feet. But I tell you, when he gets those shoulders square and that body moving into the thing, doesn't make any difference if you're a big linebacker or not. He's going to fall 5 or 6 yards forward.
He may not have big legs and big feet, but something's big somewhere.
Well, if you take from that waist up, it's pretty big. And from the waist to the knees is pretty big.
2nd and 6. Ironhead is the lone setback. By Hebert to him. Hebert to the 35-yard line of Philadelphia. Booty knocked him out. He scrambled around Reggie White.
Yeah, and Reggie White's going to be mad because he's going to say, if you watch him right here, Reggie White is going to say that Hobie Brenner clipped him. See, he starts inside, then he starts to chase him right there. You see right there when he goes down, he's going to say that he was clipped and grabbed, but that was Hobie Brenner's block or clip or tackle or whatever. That's what got him free. Watch, Hobie Brenner's going there. He grabs a jersey there. Then he goes to try and pants him later. But that grab and pants was the thing that got Bobby Hebert around that corner.
That's the Saints' longest run today. By Hebert. Hayward to about the 33. Bounce to the 32. Stopped by Harmon.
Yeah, every time you come down here, Ironhead Hayward has something for you. And yesterday we were talking about it. He brought a big jar in of pickled string beans, and they had some spice in it. And they were really good. We started, you know, I like spicy stuff anyway. I started to eat those things, and then started to get on. And he goes, "Well, you need some beer with them."
Yeah. And he also let us know that they've been soaked in pig feet.
Yeah, and they tasted like they'd been soaked in a lot of stuff. It was pretty good, though. It was good tasting.
I didn't turn it down.
Oh, you can't beat a string bean in a bottle.
There you go. To about the 28, a pickup of 4 by the large fullback.
You know, the amazing thing about the large fullback is how quick he is and how light he is on his feet, and you know how he can really move that ball.
Wasn't somebody trying to convince you that he was built like a ballet dancer?
Yeah, well, no, someone said that, you know, his feet were like ballet feet.
That was it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's, if you just look at the feet could, I don't know anything about ballet. I don't know what I'm talking about, but he has ballet feet.
You think he does?
Oh, I hope not. He wouldn't be Ironhead if he knew what ballet meant.
3rd and 4. Hebert to Martin. Enough for a first. Booty again on the stop, but a gain of 6.
And again, Eric Martin catching the ball in the same spot. He starts off in different locations. See, Seth Joyner runs right by him, but he catches the ball right in the middle all the time. You line up on the right, you line up split out, you line up in the left, but he always ends up catching the ball right in the middle of the field.
Well, when you asked Bobby Hebert yesterday, what about Eric Martin? He said, well, he's Eric.
Yeah, he's Eric, which means that he'll always be open and he'll always catch it. And I'll tell you the other thing I'll say about Eric Martin. He is one tough receiver.
Oh, boy, is he. First down, New Orleans. Hebert has the ball batted away and in the air, hit by Seth Joyner as the Eagles came on a blitz.
Seth Joyner is going to be coming from the outside now. And we'll look as he comes. He starts a rush. He's coming up from the outside, and there Brock goes to get him, but he gets there a little late. Joyner makes him look like he's going to stop, and then he just runs right by him. I think he kind of waltzed him to sleep. You see, he came up to Brock like he was going to dance with him, and then just went, boom, just went right around the corner on him.
That'll make it 2nd and 10. Martin is split wide right this time. Early and small or to the left. And here's Hebert back. Incomplete. In the direction of Hayward. Byron Evans had a shot at it.
If Bobby Hebert's talking Ironhead Hayward now, that was Bobby Hebert's fault. Because he had his mind made up, you know, that he was going to Ironhead. Now, but he's going to look at Ironhead. Ironhead's going to be covered. We can just stop it right here. See, here's Ironhead. Here's Byron Evans. Here's Bobby Hebert. He's looking at him, and he's covered. There's nothing to throw to there. And he forced that one in there. So maybe Ironhead made the wrong cut or ran the wrong pattern, but Bobby Hebert shouldn't have thrown it.
It looked as if he stopped, and Hebert thought he was going to keep going. 3rd down and 10.
He may have stopped because he was tired.
That could be. To Martin. The forward shuttle pass behind the line. 6 yards, not enough for a first, and Morton Anderson comes on, and Martin is limping.
You know, again, wide receivers aren't used to doing that. I mean, the guy's a tough guy. He's used to catching passes in the middle, not running the ball in the middle. In essence, that was an inside run.
Anderson finished on a very positive note. 20 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real weapon.
That doesn't count. That record in postseason play. I don't care if it counts or not. It's pretty doggone good.
If a game is close, you want this guy in your team.
It's almost automatic. From 35 yards, Anderson is good. 8:18 left to play in the first half. New Orleans 10-7.
In pilot jargon, it's called a walk-around. You see them do it before every takeoff of every plane. What you don't see are their qualifications to fly those planes. It takes them years and thousands of hours of experience. And every year they're schooled and tested. No exceptions. Because when you're a United pilot, you hold a lot more in your hands than just the controls. Come fly the airline that's uniting the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
There's nothing better than winning a Super Bowl or a NASCAR race. But to finish strong, you have to start fresh. Interstate batteries are fresh. For factory fresh power, call 1-800-CRANK-IT. Start fresh with Interstate.
This is crazy. This is crazy. 2 pizzas, 2 free Crazy Breads, 2 free soft drinks, all for $7.98 at Little Caesars.
Pizza. The more you take away from this Chevy Cavalier VL, the more it resembles the Honda Civic DX. Take away Cavalier's anti-lock brakes, base coat clear coat paint. Take away its two-sided galvanized steel, automatic door locks, Scotchgard treated seats, and toll-free 24-hour roadside assistance. But there's at least one thing you'd have to add. $1,500. The Chevy Cavalier. What else would you expect from the heartbeat of America?
Can you work all week and wind up owing the boss $5? If you're picking oranges for some big companies, you can. Tonight on 60 Minutes.
Morton Anderson's 35-yard field goal gives the Saints a 3-point lead. That's Eric Martin. Problem with his ankle after that shuttle pass. It picked up 6 yards, as John Madden said. He's not used to that kind of running. Anderson will kick it off. New Orleans has had the ball 16 minutes and 29 seconds. The Eagles 5-13. Anderson's kickoff not long for him. Sikahema at the 1. Spencer down to make the stop after a gain of or return of 19 by Sikahema.
And that's good coverage there by the Saints a couple times, because Vi Sikahema is a dangerous player. You know, you tend to talk about the offense, and Randall Cunningham can do this, and Fred Barnett and so on, but when you talk about the Eagles and their dangerous players, this guy is one of them. And to think that they got him in the offseason and on Plan B, that was a heck of a pickup for this team.
Just shy of the 20 as swilling motions for the crowd to be more noisy, and he got his wish. Fires in motion. Cunningham to throw it. Fake to Walker. Had to just throw it on the ground. Ricky Jackson all over him.
Hey, you have to do more than that. Antone Davis was there trying to block Ricky Jackson. Ricky Jackson ran right by him. Randall Cunningham had some kind of fake on, and he turned. When you have this guy coming from here, you can't do that. Watch him. He just runs right by Davis. Cunningham was going to fake to the left and turn back. And there was Ricky Jackson.
You don't want to turn away from that guy. He's another one. You need to know where he is.
Yeah, he's a real man. When you talk about tough guys in this league, I think you put Ricky Jackson right up towards the top of the list.
2nd and 10. The handoff is to Sherman. And he pays the price. Hit by Vaughn Johnson. Knocked sideways, but still got 5. He's one of those kind of runners that doesn't look like there's much there, but he gets something.
Well, and one of the things that Dick Wood, the backfield coach of the Eagles, was working on with East Sherman is to keep his head up. He used to just put his head down and run in there. And he said he never saw anything, didn't have any vision in the hole. And he said that's one thing that he's worked on this year, and it's really helped him make better runs and not fumble, is having vision in the hole.
Seeing where the blocks are coming from.
You would wonder how a guy could get to this level and run with his head down anyway.
Really? That's Byers in motion. Here they come. Somebody either moved in the Eagle offensive setup. A lot of the Saints jumped.
Yeah, I think Ricky Jackson got one of those double dip things going, Pat, where he started to move, made the offense flinch, and then he came again.
Dale Hamer.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Delay of game.
That's one of the problems here, too, is you have to get the play in, and then in the huddle, the team has a hard time hearing, so you have to repeat it more often.
The Eagles were saying last night that the noise here doesn't bother us, but it's got to bother you.
Yeah, it did. Well, they worked all week. They got a crowd noise from NFL film, and they played it for 3 days in practice as high as they could play it to get ready for this.
I don't know if you can. Here's Cunningham. Going deep. Incomplete. Broken up. Intended for Barnett. Hit by Vince Buck and knocked out of bounds.
That was the thing. You see, that time, Vince Buck got over to help. The last time when Barnett made the play, the safety, the inside guy, didn't get over and help. That's the difference. You see the short guy, see Vince Buck coming over. That is the thing that made that play.
Jeff Fiegels back to punt. Kickers love this dome to kick in, whether they're punters or place kickers. This is not a good one. Newman. Good coverage by the Eagles. The Saints will take over at about their own 47. 41-yard punt, 3-yard return.
A simple office phone. A large custom-tailored telecommunications system. Voice only or voice and data. Digital switching. Satellite communications. Tie lines. Mobile communications. Multiple long-distance hookups. There are many ways to get information from point A to point B. And it's all as simple as GTE.
Betty went to the doctor, she was feeling kind of tense. She said, I want it all down for 59 cents. I want a taste that's hot, a taste that's cold. Crispy crunches up and juicy, zesty and bold. Her mouth wanted everything for just 59. She asked the doc, am I out of my mind? The doctor said, Betty, Betty, better follow a doctor's order. There's only one cure. Make a run for the bottle.
Starting now, your photos have the power of television. Introducing the Kodak Photo CD.
You won't believe your heart. You won't believe your eyes.
Your pictures taken with your current film and camera, transferred onto a new kind of compact disc and shown on TV. The special photo CD player also plays audio CDs.
Your pictures have never been so powerful.
The new Kodak Photo CD system. You've got to see it.
Tuesday, a man at work beneath his car when suddenly...
He just stopped moving, just all at once, just laid still. I just thought he was dead.
A desperate struggle for life on Rescue 911.
That's Dalton Hilliard. Remember, he came out of the game holding his right hand. Then they started checking his neck. And the word we've just gotten is he has a pinched nerve in his right shoulder. One of those stingers.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get it out. You know, once you get one of those stingers and they go all the way down through the elbow into the hand, then they start going away. Then they go away in the hand up through the elbow. And when you get it out of your hand, then you can play again, basically.
Saints first down. Hebert. Fake to Dunbar. Win early. For 20 yards from Hebert. Booty having a busy day, making a lot of tackles.
That's a good pattern. That's one of the things where you have a short guy and you have a medium guy and a deep guy. You see, you have a deep, you have your medium, you have your short. You just layer them out. Layer the short, the medium, and the deep. They cover the short, they cover the deep, and whoa, they leave the middle wide open.
That's that passing tree that you hear about.
Yeah, and there are some people that can do that real well and always get the open guy.
Dunbar is the lone setback now behind Hebert. Their first-round draft choice. Vaughn Dunbar still on his feet inside the 10. McMillan tripped him up. Otis Smith helped out, but he's hurt.
I tell you, and that's where they miss Andre Waters, and that's where they miss Wes Hopkins. Watch as he breaks through here. John Booty, number 42, is going to come up, and he's going to have a shot right there and miss the tackle. Hey, if that was Wes Hopkins, that was the end of the run. You can say that with Booty and Miano, you pick up a little in the pass, but you don't have that extra linebacker. Good blocking, good hole. The free guy there has to make the tackle.
First and goal at the 9, 24 yards by Dunbar. He is hit hard at about the 6.5 by Byron Evans.
Yeah, that's been one of the Eagles' problems so far this half. In fact, they've missed 5 tackles already. but they didn't miss this one. This is Byron Evans. This is going to be that counter tray, and watch number 56 zero in and then unload. Whoop! That is the way a middle linebacker should hit.
It's a good thing he didn't have a tray.
You see what happened? I mean, when he made that hit, some stuff flew out of Dunbar.
Second and goal from the 7. Small as a man in motion. Hebert comes back to throw it. Flag on the play, but a touchdown nevertheless to Quinn Early. Hebert threw it short. Early came back.
I think the penalty was going to be on Eric Allen, who was covering Quinn Early anyway. I told you, when Bobby Hebert gets hot, he can get hot. And he's been hot this first half, and he's making some throws today. He's looking to the left to Quinn Early all the way. Early's covered there by Eric Allen. You see Eric Allen grabbed with that left hand. Early still made the play.
There was a flag in the end zone anyway. They would have had it first and goal at the 1, but Early came back and scored the touchdown.
And Bobby Hebert is looking more and more comfortable.
Anderson's extra point is in the upper deck. And the Saints lead at 17-7.
Like I got an 88 Chevrolet Silverado with 304,000 miles. I drive it to work 125 miles one way to work, 304,000 miles, still rolling.
This is a 1986 Chevrolet Scottsdale. The truck has now 577,000 miles on it. It always gives me my dollar when I needed my dollar.
Chevrolet, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Keep tires on it, keep gas in it, it'll go.
I can see the hesitation in my customers' faces. I mean, I know I'm giving them the best prices, but how can I prove it? So I suggest they use their Citibank Visa.
Here you go, Walter.
If they see their purchase in a printed ad for less,
Enjoy your camera.
Citibank refunds the difference.
May I help
up
you?
to $150.
Yes, please.
That's Citibank price protection.
If getting the right price is important, this is the right card.
Not just Visa, Citibank Visa.
A Department of Energy study reveals that most American homes are under-insulated. So if you plan to build a house, remodel, or add additional insulation, you can find out the best product for your project simply by calling you-know-who. Call 1-800-GET-PINK.
Next Saturday, John Madden and I'll be in San Francisco for the divisional playoff between the defending Super Bowl champion Redskins and the 49ers. Steve Young makes his first ever playoff start as the 49ers, pro football's winningest team at 14-2, begin their quest for a record 5th Super Bowl trophy. The 49ers and the Redskins next Saturday on CBS, starting at 3:30 Eastern with the NFL Today.
Redskins aren't going to go away easy, are they? They're the defending Super Bowl champions, and yesterday that was some game they played against the Minnesota Vikings.
They just keep coming back.
You know, anytime a Joe Gibbs coach team, you know that they're not going to give it away. You're going to have to take it away from them.
Sikahema will down it in the end zone. Line drive kickoff by Anderson, and a scuffle right at the goal line.
Let's rumble. You want to rumble? Let's rumble. Look at those officials in there.
They don't want to rumble.
I wonder if Sikahema was in there. He was a Golden Glove fighter, you know.
No.
I mean, he's not in there.
No.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Hey, the referee took one there. He took 2 there.
Referee Dale Hamer. Holy smoke.
You can see him. He has the ball. He's the one with the ball. He went in head first. That's why he got it. He's right here. He went into the thing head first.
You don't want to go in there without a helmet.
No, and then at least he went in with a cap, and he got the cap knocked off. There was no penalty on the play, and the referee got 2 cuts.
Sherman to the 28. Ricky Jackson made the stop.
This is going to be a good look at referee. But when you come out of a game like this, when you come out of a game like that and you look like that and you're spitting and you got your eye cut and stuff, yeah, we've never had too many officials on the All Madden team, Pat, but we're looking, this Hamer guy, I don't know. Not a bad look.
We have to have seen him play.
We saw him play. He went in head first with no hat. You got to love that.
This is Pete Sherman. Close to a first down. Sam Mills and Les Miller. First down, Philadelphia.
The thing that the Eagles came in here, they wanted to get off to a good start, get that first score, get everything go, get the crowd out of this game, and really the reverse has happened to them so far. They're down 17-7, and now the Saints crowd really has something to celebrate.
You know, they ran against, you said before, they ran against the Saints the first game of the regular season, and the Saints felt that they played too cautiously, trying to contain Cunningham.
Yeah, they were going outside and always trying to contain those bootlegs, and they gave them a soft middle, and the Eagles ate up that middle. But they can't do it now.
For 2 or 3. Robert Pig Goff made the stop. Robert, I shouldn't call him.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Bobby Hebert said he went up when Goff first came to the team, and he said, "Hi, Robert." And he said, "Don't call me Robert. My name's Pig." Anytime you get a guy who's called Pig and he's playing right in there in the pits and stuff, you try and run at him, you're not going to run over any guy named Pig. I'll guarantee you that in this league.
No.
Yeah, don't call me Robert. My name's Pig.
Second down. Cunningham back to throw. Has some time. Incomplete. That was a Nolan Ryan fastball. Intended for Barnett. Nobody saw that one go by.
Here comes Jim, in for a pit.
Jim, backyard's next.
Hey, you know, Duels, non-alcohol, 70 calories, perfect. After all, the competition is pretty stiff out here.
When you want the refreshing taste of beer without the alcohol, think O'Doul's. It's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer.
Imagine a rent-a-car company that offers special delivery right to your door. That's Enterprise.
Here, let me help you.
Enterprise, a special rent-a-car company that gives you special delivery.
We all count on our batteries to get us through, but you never know when they're going to hit the skids. Only Duracell has the Copper Top Battery Tester, so you can be sure your batteries will keep you gliding along. You can't top the Copper Top.
The quotes are in on the all-new Geo Prism. A look that easily surpasses Honda's best efforts to date. A handsomely styled, roomy, refined sedan. A best buy. But the most impressive quote of all may be the one you get from your Chevrolet Geo dealer.
(17-7).
You know, that last bait, Pat, that you said was a fastball. You watched number 41, Toy Cook, deflected the ball. It looked like it went right on by Barnett, but it was deflected on by Barnett.
They're working on the referee, Dale Hamer.
That's a New Orleans Saints trainer out there. I don't know what that stuff that he put on there was, but that doesn't, that looks like you could just knock it off. He took another punch.
He needs a better cut man, I think.
Well, you know, that's what they use in fights, I think, and they put it, and that stops the bleeding, and then you can take more punches when you get that stuff on.
Third down.
mean, Ferdy Pacheco.
Cunningham has it deflected and almost intercepted by Jackson. Wayne Martin hit it.
See the pressure here. Now, what happens is Cunningham gets back, and he doesn't have anyone to throw to right away. So then when he doesn't have anyone to throw to, what Martin's trying to do is you rush as far as you can, and then you take a lane. You take a running lane if he runs, or if he passes, you take a passing lane with your hand. A running lane with your body, or a passing lane with your hand.
Newman fields Spiegel's punt. And down he goes at about the 18. 56-yard punt, an 8-yard return.
You know, an interesting thing when we were talking to the Eagles last night, and Rich Kotite, he said that the Eagles wanted to come out and get into a rhythm, and they really haven't been. I mean, they really haven't gotten into a rhythm, and I think that the Saint defense has won this first half. I think they're the reason that the Eagles haven't gotten into a rhythm.
I don't think there's much question about that. They do put a lot of pressure on you. They haven't gotten to Cunningham a lot, but they have hurt him a lot.
Yeah, they have, and then they've taken away that run. You know, where they had that soft middle the first time, they're not giving them a soft middle this time. And this defensive line, I think, has dominated the offensive line of the Eagles. Of course, those two inside linebackers are playing to run well, and the outside linebackers are putting the pressure on. 1st and 10, the Saints ball at their own 19. They're trying for more. Going deep for early. Overthrown. Otis Smith, the defender. Yeah, if you want to come down here and make everyone, all the Saints players and coaching staff and everyone around there, and say, well, you have a good defense and a conservative offense. Do they hate that?
Oh, boy.
You know, here they are. I mean, they win 12 games. They're in the playoffs, and, you know, they have a good defense. But if you want to make their offense and their coaches mad, just say that. But they do. I mean, they have all these weapons. They always change formations. They go deep. They go short. They run the pass. I don't know. They don't have a lot of big play guys, but they do have an open offense.
But they're very touchy about being told they're too conservative. This is Hayward at the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got a yard.
You remember all the years that they didn't win and they were spoiled. Then they started to, they weren't spoiled because they weren't winning, and then they start winning, and then they get spoiled. Then it gets to be how you win. Just give the ball to big old Ironhead, and you're okay.
Timeout, Philadelphia.
To get rid of her gray, my wife can spend 40 minutes. But I discovered the 5-minute hair coloring.
The revolutionary discovery called Just for Men from the leader in men's hair coloring. Simply apply Just for Men and in 5 minutes shampoo out.
Gray is blended away. The look of my natural color is back in 5 minutes. That was me, and it won't fade or wash out.
My hair takes forever, but you look great in just 5 minutes.
The look of your natural color in just 5 minutes with Just for Men.
Don't forget, coming up at the half, Greg and Terry and Mike Singletary at our studio back in New York. The NFL halftime report. Randall Cunningham, outside of the touchdown strike to Barnett, hasn't had really much of an opportunity to do much. The Saints have controlled the scoreboard and the ball. Bears 12 out of 18, back in the shotgun this time. Eagles blitzing from behind. They get it out to Hayward again. He is cut down in the open field by Andy Harmon. Didn't see him coming.
Nope, but Ironhead is upset because he saw the first down stake and Andy Harmon got him from behind. And a back doesn't like that when a big defensive tackle will get you from behind. See, the blitz comes again. It wasn't picked up, but the thing that Bobby Hebert can do is get rid of the ball quickly.
Another timeout, Philadelphia. Tommy Barnhart, the Saints punter, already in the game. Talking about Hayward being caught from behind. I think that's a good place to catch him from.
Yeah, it would be a lot easier to catch him from behind and strip him and go down, start at his knees, go down to his ankle, than it would be straight ahead. Let's see what happened here. Again, he sees here right now, he's thinking that he has a first down. And you see Big Andy there. He was dropped back. He was kind of fake and rush. Then they blitzed the outside. Then Harmon dropped out of there. So in essence, he was playing a linebacker.
Sikahema back standing for Philadelphia at the 30. Off the side of his foot just a bit, but Sikahema will have a chance at the 35. And he is dangerous, but not when you cover it like that. Patrick Newman down in good shape. He lost 4 on the return.
You see what Patrick Newman did after he made the tackle? He did that punch like Sikahema does. Because Sikahema used to be a fighter, so his experience thing is after he makes a play, he would give that punching motion. Newman here is double teamed. He breaks the double team. Not only breaks the double team, gets down there, the first guy down there, and makes the tackle. And watch after the tackle. He gives that punch, boom, boom, boom. You work the body, man. Then you go to the head later.
Now that's a guy who wants to make a play.
Yeah, I know. But he's saying, I'll show you. You want to see some punches? I'll show you some body punches.
First and 10, Cunningham outside. That's to Calvin Williams out of bounds. Clock keeps running, however, after a gain of 9. Toy Cook made the stop.
Yeah, you'd think that somewhere again they would try and get deep to Fred Barnett. I don't know. They may talk about that at halftime.
First down, Eagles. As Barnett tries to get it out of bounds, but didn't. The clock's still going. They only have 1 timeout left.
Barnett should have just caught that ball and just ran right out of bounds. But they can't do it now, but in the second half, they ought to think of getting to Barnett deep again.
Now, Cunningham just throws it down at the line of scrimmage and gets the clock stopped. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. They have 1 timeout left.
And what Cunningham wanted to do is get everyone back in the huddle and be able to change his formation and call the play from the huddle. They need about a 25-yard play, because if they could hit something around 25 yards, then they could get in field goal position. And as you say, they still have that 1 timeout.
And their field goal kicker was kicking very well in pregame warm-up. Ruzick. Here's Cunningham. Barnett. Out of bounds. Incomplete. Pass was underthrown just a bit. And Barnett stepped out of bounds when he came back.
Yeah, and I don't think they could forget this. You know, they got a touchdown with Barnett early. I don't know that he wasn't in. It looked like he had both feet in.
His right foot might have been just on the white part.
That was still a heck of a play, though.
It sure was.
Yeah, instant replay, we'd be watching it over and over again. But I think that, you know, they got a touchdown going deep to Fred Barnett. I think Fred Barnett is one of the best deep receivers in the game. Sometimes you do it and you forget about it. I think the Eagles got it early and have forgotten about Fred Barnett deep.
11 seconds left as Cunningham throws the screen pass to Byers. And Byers will get out of bounds at midfield. 4 seconds left. They still have that 1 timeout.
Yeah, I don't know that they would have time to make a play that would go far enough to get them in field position to make that play in 4 seconds to use that timeout, though.
Probably not. But they can take a shot at the end zone.
Yeah, or the other thing, I mean, they need about a 15-yard play now. If they could hit something right on the sidelines and maybe get out of bounds, or as you say, just go that Hail Mary play, which it looks like they're lined up to do.
4th and 4. 3 wide receivers to Cunningham's right, and that's what they're going to do. Jump higher than anybody else, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the first half with the score. The Saints 17, the Eagles 7.